Did you announce it that we go live?
I announced it a few days ago.
And we're late, aren't we?
We are a tiny bit late.
20
minutes late.
One viewer. 2. Hi. Let's put that on so that people know what we will do.
Well, I put that in the title.
I just give it a couple more minutes.
Why is this being stupid?
I think we have 6 people on. Somebody was commenting something.
I saw hi guys, but I can't see who wrote that. I have to pull it up on my... Ew, why am I doing that?
Oh, good Lord, my hair is a mess. I think we're good. So I can always watch it later on.
Oh, Heather Andrews. Hello, Heather.
Hey, I'm just doing a quick tutorial. First part of the coffee swirl cup with epoxy drips and the whipping cream top. So, what I used as a base, and there is a couple options, is there is this specific one. I like the dome cup to reduce the weight and that I can really go pipe around it, and I would not have a big glob of whipping cream on it, and I think they looked really good. These are acrylic dome cups, and there's a smaller size, and I have to say, I know I sell tumblers by myself, but the specific ones which one I used for that cup I actually got from Stainless Depot. And I like them so much because it's their piggy ones. And I like them so much because they only had the tiny ears and not the big Mickey ears. And with the tiny ears, I like that cup even if I don't sell it and another tumbler seller sells it. I like these ones because I see so much potential with the little ears. I see cats, dogs, something like that, and not just mouse ears. And for these cups, they are so small, these ears, they were so easy to just chip off. Or what I did to make it work is I took a X-Acto knife, I kind of scored it on both sides, took a pliers and just snapped them off so that I had just a dome cup. And they are very inexpensive. I think these cups are just $2 at Stainless Depot. If you want to make them on a stainless steel tumbler, the only place where I found the dome cups in stainless steel is, how I said, Stainless Depot again. These are stainless steel dome cups. I think they have a smaller size. I chose the big size. And what I think what's really cool on these cups are they have a secret compartment on the bottom. And like if you want to put your key in there, if you're on the beach, key, cash, something. I think they're pretty cool with a secret compartment on it. And you can make them look like a big coffee swirl. So, how I said, I do not carry this cup. The only place and the person which one has the rights on them is the Stainless Depot. And I wanted to give the store which one actually designs these cups and has the rights on them credit. So I get these from Stainless Depot, both of them. But you know what I did? I worked with my products on it to decorate it. So I think we start with the whipping cream top. And the one I used, how is that? For a tutorial, I used the acrylic. For the size cup, I used the acrylic one. But for the tutorial, I prepped a stainless one. And the acrylic ones, lightly sanded. You would prep it like a regular stainless cup, lightly sanded. Put your Rust-Oleum painting primer over it because it adheres to plastic. And from there on, you just treat it like a regular stainless tumbler. They don't hold the drinks as long cold as the stainless one, but you know, you cannot beat $2. for the whipping cream top, what we do is we go to Home Depot and we buy that powder. That whole bag is around $10. It will last you for sure for a lot of whipping creams.
Joint compound.
It's a joint compound, and I choose that brand and that specific one and not the premixed one. That one is drying harder than the premixed. I know people used joint compound from the dollar store, but if you do the math, a little jar costs you $1 per lid. I get a lot more out than 10 lids from that. I already made several lids out of that bag and I get a lot more. So that is your cheaper option for $10. And that one dries harder. That one dries pretty hard, whilst ones from Dollar Tree or Dollar General, a little joint compound premixed packages, say...
That's 18 pounds.
Yes, that's 18 pounds. While the other one is maybe a quarter pound.
And you gotta think you're adding water to it too. Like, you could probably make easily, like, I think probably at least 50. No, more than that.
More than that, because
I would say almost 100.
We did out of the bag already quite a bit of this whipping cream tops, and that thing, and the most thing what I like, it just dries harder. It's just really hard and it adheres better than the joint compound, which one is already pre-mixed. So I do have similar ones, which one have 5-minute work time, 20-minute work time. I choose the 45-minute work time. I'm not a cake decorator, and I think on the whole camp, the hardest thing is really to get your whipping cream top nicely looking, and that is because I'm not that experienced with piping whipping cream. I think anybody which one does a couple of cupcakes. I'm not a baker, I'm a crafter, but there's plenty people which one bake and craft. It's just not me. I think that was the hardest for me to make the whipping cream top. And when we tried it out between Ashley and me, she's a better cake decorator.
Barely.
So
barely,
but that was, I think, the hardest to get the whipping cream top really nice piped. And so on the tutorial, I let Ashley pipe because she's a better piper. I have here, it's Home Depot sells this too. I'm pretty sure you can use anything, something else. It's just something where I put the powders or water and I mix it. I put some white paint in it, and I use white paint to give it even more strength. Paint is nothing else than pigments and glue, so I put a little bit pigment and glue, and through that I can choose what consistency I want to have with the powder. So if I want to make like ice cream tops, I just use less water. If I want to have whipping cream, I just put more water in it. I choose, you know, I can mix it to the right consistency from the powder. So let me get, that's kind of hard right now. You think that's enough?
I don't know. For one lid, yes. How many lids are we making?
I don't know. Oh, we have to sweep later on. I made a mess. Yeah, I think I got a little bit, because we normally take a whole couple lids and then we just pipe them all.
Well, that's true. Yeah, we make more than one at a time usually.
So I don't just mix it for one. I kind of spray paint. I spray paint that, or I spray paint the acrylic one, and then I maybe make pipe 6, you know, like your cupcakes, 6 or 7. And all what I do is I have here, I put it first the powder in it. Then that's nothing else than a cup with water. I'm pretty sure you can take a spatula.
Oh my gosh, a ruler.
I had a ruler, I couldn't find a small spatula. I have a small spatula, it needs more water. And I slowly add the water so that I don't make it too runny, because then I have to add powder.
You know we have mixing sticks? Do you want one of those? Like a paint stick?
Yeah, give me a paint stick, that's maybe easier. I should add a little bit less water, but I think I'm still good. I think that ruler is a little bit soft. We're getting a paint stick to mix it. Home Depot again, paint stick. So I know it's still way too dry. But I know I will add some paint to give it some strength. I do spray paint the whole lid when it's dry as well, but the paint is more to give the joint compound a little bit more strength. And I just mix it until I have something like whipping cream, what I pretty much already have.
Someone said use a scoop for your powder so you don't have to lift it.
I thought about it, but you know,
We don't have one.
we got ready for the tutorial, and our business hours are today until 3 o'clock, and we were just about going live, and we were getting ready for making everything ready. And right before 3 o'clock, we got a customer in the store, and nothing wrong because we couldn't say no, but we didn't say no, so we let a customer in. So I was already late. I could not find my scoop, and before I let the video, you know, I didn't find very fast the spatula. I even have a small putty knife, and I thought, oh, let's grab the ruler. It's the same thing. So if you see, you know, you just mix it together, and when you see, you know, how your whipping cream consistency is, which one I pretty much already have.
People say stiff peaks for whipping cream.
Yeah.
Like if you like lift your spoon, it should stay put.
Or what I do normally on whipping cream is I normally make a knife test if I run with a knife in it, and if the knife...
Oh, if it doesn't collapse together.
If it doesn't collapse together. I think everybody tastes this differently. I think it's pretty good. It keeps the peaks. If I do it, you see it keeps the peaks. Just want to make sure that everything is good mixed. And I give you an advice, don't let that dry in your pan. If it dries in there, you will have the toughest time to get your pan. What is it called? Tin?
It says pan.
Pan.
It says 14-inch stainless steel mud pan.
I got that at Home Depot, but if you let that dry in there, you have to chisel that stuff out. I had a bucket where I forgot once. I didn't clean when I did home renovations with that stuff. We threw away the bucket. We could not chisel the stuff out of it. It got dry. So that looks pretty good to me. What do you think?
Oh, Denise is watching.
My next thing is, we have here, I think Amazon, Walmart, anybody sells piping bags. And I got that little
Show closer, show
piping needle, and that is a big one. It has a big store in it, and it's a bigger one. It's not the regular one. So that one is bigger. I got that one at Walmart as well. And I know there should be normally an attachment, which one you put it first set in. For me,
we're not bakers. I told you.
We are not bakers. We're crafters. It works. It's just cutting a little thing up front. A little bit more. And I just push until it's tight. It's pretty good. Then we took a
cup.
cup.
It's right next. I don't know where it went.
I could have swear I bought a cup to... I showed you even how we pipe. Where did I put it? Hold it. Let me find a cup, because normally put it in a cup. I just showed you. Oh, here. Hiding. And Ashley's a better piper. I'll let her do it. Can you guys all see? Ashley, you take over.
Oh darn, I can't see. Okay.
Ashley, can you put there to see questions?
When a question comes up, it'll pop up.
There is question. Oh, let me see.
I mean, nothing recently. Someone just said put a scoop. Trisha said that. Oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all, give me a second.
I will, Susan, why is it disappearing? Ashley, let it on so that I can read it longer, because
I don't know how. These are the only two options. Facebook updated it now if you have to swipe. But when a comment appears, it'll show up.
Okay, I was for Susan. What do you use for whipped cream again? It is... I will show it to you later, and I will link it with a picture.
So right now, I'm just like putting it in the bag.
It's corn compound, and it's a powder stuff. Which one I buy at Home Depot, and I use that compared to the already pre-mixed one is because it's stronger.
Just in case you drop your cup or something.
And I do still epoxy over it to make it super strong.
I'm gonna put on gloves, guys, because I hate the feeling of this stuff on my hands when it dries. This is a pet peeve of mine.
If you guys wanna make the whipping cream tops, just don't put, not whipping cream, the ice cream tops. Just put as much water in it. Let it get more like in the ice cream consistency, and then get an ice cream scoop and just scoop it like ice cream. You can do that too.
Okay. Let's add a little bit more.
And then you would not add white paint. You would, obviously, if you do ice cream, you know, you would add brown paint, acrylic paint for chocolate, or yellow one for vanilla, and you know, whatever color you want to have, you just mix it, you know, and it will give you the ice cream color. And you just don't make it as you make the consistency of ice cream more than of whipping cream, and then you just scoop it with ice cream scoop.
All right, so let's see if I can get it pretty on the first time, but if I don't like how it looks, I'm just going to scrape it off and then try again.
You want to try to get the air out.
I've been trying.
Did you go in it with the stick to kind of get the air out?
I did when I was putting it in at first.
You want to go one more time in it and see?
I don't know. I feel like I'm just putting more air in. I genuinely feel like I was putting more air in. Because now it's fluffier than it was before.
Then maybe we can squeeze the air out a little bit. I see a couple air bubbles.
I mean, I did the best I could.
Can you roll it a little bit?
I put too much. Taking a little bit out, it's a little bit too much.
I think you need to talk a little bit louder.
I'm taking some out because I think I put in too much. There we go. Oh, I can't even see what I'm doing. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna gather it at the top, and a little bit's gonna squeeze out. And I'm gonna hold it like this. Let's get this out of the way so you guys can see a little better.
Maybe want to get a little squeeze at the beginning out. Don't store with it. Squeeze
okay,
it
so...
In the bucket again.
In the bucket, that's a good idea. Alright, so I just squeezed a little bit out. And now, I noticed that when you go down like this, don't try to go around like this. That's not going to work very well. If you like try and go at it at an angle like this, you want to go downwards. That's what I noticed works the best. And let's see if I can get it, because I'm not the best cake decorator. Alright. So I noticed you go around like this and it looks much better. And I just go around from above. Okay, there's a little boo-boo right there. How is it, Mom?
I think it's good enough because we do go with...
Yes, you're gonna do a drizzle on top of it.
So that would be the area where I would put a lot of drizzle on it.
Let me try and show you guys a little bit better. So there's kind of, where's the boo-boo?
And if you don't
right
like it,
there.
Just scrape it off and store it again.
So I think this is gonna be good enough for us. Like, that side looks really good, I think. Well, decent. It looks decent. I think right there probably is the best angle. So,
do you guys want to see it one more time? Should we try it one more time? Or you guys are happy with it? You guys want to see it one more time?
You have to wait a minute, Mom. Should I just scrape it off and do it again?
I don't know if they're okay with it.
I hope no one goes, man, it looks like crap, do it again.
Now I have the polite little fairies that would tell you it looks so great. It's good. Carol says it's good. Sharing, Carrie's watching. One more time. Okay, let's do it one more time and let's see if we can do it. The good thing is you have 45 minutes time before it starts to set, and then it sets very fast. To play around with it. So all what we do is when we mess up,
I'm just gonna put it like, pick it up like this and just take my stick. This is just a paint mixing stick. You get them at, can you get them for free or are they like $1?
For free.
All right, now I'm just gonna scrape it back into the little bag. This gets messy. I don't know how bakers do this and make it look nice. Because I can't. Every time it makes a huge mess.
I think it looks nice. It's just...
Hence why I'm wearing gloves. Okay. Let's try that again. I'm just scraping it off. Putting it in the cup. Oops. Yeah, wear an apron. I just got it all over my apron. So I'm just scraping it off. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're about to whip cream over it again. So there, that looks fine to me. I'm going to add a little bit more because I lost just a tiny bit.
I would just take here on the rim a little bit off.
Okay. Oh, my nose is itchy. I just got it on my face. Okay. Let's try it again. Okay. I'm going to gather it at the top.
Is there a bake decorator here in the group?
Yeah, is there a way that I should be doing this?
Is there another trick to it?
All right. So I just squeezed out a little bit. Mom, can you move my phone a little bit down? I have mud all over my hands. Yeah, like that. All right, so let's show you guys again. I'm going down like this, not like this. This is what we tried at first. We were doing it like this all the way around, and it was just much harder, so now I just go downward. And I realized it's a little bit easier. Okay, I gotta squeeze some out. There we go. There we go. How does that one look? That one was a little bit messier.
Only thing what I would do is here, if you have something what...
This one I think looks a little bit better.
Hold on, here. Just a little bit, because it was just hanging off.
So here's this one. And once again, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect because you're gonna drizzle on top of it.
Just said.
Okay. Let me take this off my hands. Hold on. I have so much on my hands. Okay. So now you're gonna pick it up from the bottom, and you're gonna stab your straw through.
Either a straw or a dowel.
So I have this straw. Can you put it upwards so that they can see?
You might have to go a little bit down.
So here is the piece. I'm gonna just stick it through.
From the bottom up.
Yep. And then I'm just gonna pull it all the way through. Oh, can't do that because the straw has a butt on it. Mom, you should have given me a straw that didn't have a butt on it. There you go. So now, I don't know if you guys can see. Let me show you really quickly. Now there's a hole in it. And now you just let it dry.
I recommend that you let it dry for 3 days to make really sure it dries. And on the second part, I show you how to epoxy them. And when it's dry, I spray paint it one more time to make it all the same. And when I epoxy over that rim too, and I just tape off that bottom. So everything is kind of, the lid with that cream is one piece. And I will plug, I go with just with the finger in here and I plug the whole, but I will show you how I epoxy them when it's dry in part 2.
It would look cute if you put like a little fake, oh well, never mind.
I was actually thinking about to maybe do out of a mold, a cherry would be so cool.
Yeah, but not on your coffee. That would be for like an ice cream.
Oh, that would be for ice cream.
I was just thinking that too, like a cherry would look really cute.
I am actually not just making them in brown color, and I will show you. I had, I think Starbucks had unicorn swirl cups, or the unicorn swirl, or where's that called unicorn? Whereas I have it just in pastel colors, like a Frappuccino, which one I will do it instead of brown, caramel, and white, where I will do it in pastel, pink, purple, and teal. And another idea for one of the cups for different variant is where I will use mint green, a dark chocolate, and a white. And I got myself the cutest little sprinkles, which one look like mint chocolate chips. And I will put some sprinkles with mint chocolate chips. And I don't know if a mint chocolate Frappuccino already exists, but I like the color combination and I will try it out. I will show you pictures how it will turn out.
Kind of like the Shamrock Shake from McDonald's, but I don't think the Shamrock Shake has chocolate in it.
I don't know, is it from McDonald's Shamrock? Is it green and Frappuccino?
Well, it's green, but I don't think there's chocolate in it.
I will see. We will see. We will just play around.
Heather said she added white acrylic paint to add, so it doesn't have a grayish tint. So we did add white acrylic paint as well, but we're also going to spray paint it at the very end to make sure it's white. And the spray paint is really said too, because spray paint can go in any nicks and crannies, just in case that it's getting with water, that I didn't miss anything with the epoxy. It's just a safety thing, and it gives me the same color. You don't have to really do it. It's just an extra safety step. And it's white. It's just like the slightest, tiniest bit gray. Just a tiny.
And the next thing is, we did put paint in it too. The dry clay, or the dry joint compound, is a different white than the lid. And at the end, I want to have it all the same white. That's why I spray paint. If I do the ice cream ones, I mix acrylic paint in the joint compound to get my pastel colors like the ice cream colors, and then I would go with a clear spray paint sealer over it to get really everywhere in the tiniest holes, and then I would go with epoxy over it. It's just an extra safety step. Is it necessary 100%? I'm not sure. I just do it like that. and I know it's working out, so I don't risk it to skip that step. Now we made a mess. I need paper towels. Oh,
Eric!
We do normally have an extra epoxy room, but in the epoxy room I cannot put the cameras there. Normally we do wear all the super safety protection and have it ventilated, but I cannot do tutorials with it. I cannot have a respirator on. You would not understand it. So on average, when I do it for myself, we do take our safety precautions. If we do tutorials, it's not that I'm doing 10 tutorials a day. We're taking the risk, and I do not wear a respirator, but it's recommended that anything what you do with epoxy, that you wear a respirator in a well-ventilated area. The only reason why we don't do it on tutorials is because you could not understand a word. So I need my son now because he needs to clean up the...
Eric!
Can you go fast?
Come here.
Because you don't want to have that stuff drying on you and not have your area clean.
Should he just bring us a new trash bag?
Yeah, Eric should bring us a trash bag and cleans that.
Eric, please bring a trash bag.
Or just a paper towel so that I can clean that. And can you take that and wash it out before it starts to dry?
Just tell him to bring a new trash bag.
I don't know where trash bags are.
They're where the paper towels on in the back shelf.
So when you do a cup, prime your cup for the coffee caramel swirls, you want to have the bottom with a brown and the top white. And I don't know if you saw... I need a different wand. I need one with a screw. If you saw my post on, I think Tuesday is where I had the disaster in my epoxy room where all the cups got mangled up and got together. It was like one cup fell not off the insert. The whole wand came off my turners. And it fell down, it got stuck on the tablecloth under it, started to rip the tablecloth, and it was at the extreme sticky state. Then all the turners started to get together, and all my cups with the tablecloth was a big pile of mess, and everything was trying to still spin and was mangled up, and I pretty much ruined 6 cups on it. That was one of it. I kind of sanded it as good down as possible. And that's why it's not as smooth as the other one, but it's for a swirl cup good enough. We need our fame wood.
I thought you already brought that.
Oh, I forgot. And did I brought the gloves? So I have here, let me just clean that up because we should not make such a big mess. So scissors are turners, which I use. Now let me put my homemade wand on it. And I forgot to screw that one cup down because normally, now it doesn't come off. My whole wand came off because I didn't screw it right. So I need a pair of gloves, and we need some alcohol, our medicine cups.
Wrong ones.
We need lots of alcohol.
You have mud in your hair, by the way.
Now I have chewing compound in my hair. I don't know how I managed that. Let me good set you guys see it. I think that's a good view, yeah? So we do that even with including mixing the epoxy. I do have to probably put here Now it should be fine. Yeah, make sure that you put the turners right together. Now we're good. Now we're good.
You might want to put the bottom back on in case you get epoxy in there.
I have to clean it. The bottom would be, I would tie it on. Do we have little medicine cups to mix epoxy with?
Did you bring them?
No, I couldn't find them. We need a whole new ones. So for my swirl cups, I use thin viscosity epoxy. For covering my cups, I use thick viscosity epoxy. So for swirl cups, I want to have it pretty much my epoxy pretty runny, so that it kind of gives me an easy swirl. For coating, I don't want to have my epoxy too runny because I want that it sticks on and gives me a thicker coat so that I don't have to apply too many coats. So I think everybody knows that my preferred epoxy for coating is FX Premium, but it's in, I don't like FX Premium as much for swirls because it's just too thick and it will just not give me the swirl effect. So very thin viscosity would be, or a thinner viscosity would be, so aluminite is one of the thinner ones. I think KS resin was for me too runny, didn't like that one either. I mean, you know, if you have, you can maybe, if you do any beach cups and you're okay with your viscosity of the epoxy, I like for swirl cups the Fimo wood, and I will cover it anyway. I just like the viscosity and how the swirl cups or the beach cups come out with it, how it just flows. But you know, if you just use for anything one brand, that's fine. I just choose for different projects different epoxies, and I understand not everybody has 10 different brands of epoxies at home. I just do. We have not 10, but we have 5. We have 5 different brands, and each one we like for certain projects better. So Ashley, can you feel, because she's better, I would say, do we go with
15 and 15?
I think 15 and 15 is a little bit cutting it short. 20 and 20. Because it's a 30 ounce, I would almost say
25 and 25, then whatever.
20, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a lot thinner.
So you see, I mean, Fimo wood is for consistency, viscosity, just definitely one of the thinner ones. I don't like it for coating. I just like it from the...
Well, you couldn't even do a last coat with it.
No, and Fimo wood is not good for a last coat. It's just food adjacent safe, but not really food safe. So... But, you know, it's perfect to do glitter swirls, coffee swirls, beach cups. It's...
You get this at either Home Depot or Lowe's?
That one is from Home Depot. And, you know, if you have epoxy which one use falls, that's fine. Fimo wood has a slight nasty smell to it, I have to tell you. If I wouldn't just like how the swirl cups come out with it, the smell is not that pleasant. I mean, it's not horrible, but it definitely has a stronger smell. It has a stronger smell than FX Premium, but it has definitely less smell than the Fast Set. The Fast Set is which gets me the smell of Fast Set. But, you know, I still use Fast Set because I like the 1 hour curing time. So I just deal with it. And I know that Fast Set smells because on the days when I mixed Fast Set epoxy and I go home and I take my clothes off at night, I take off my clothes, and then when it's in front of my nose, my shirt, I smell epoxy. And that only happens when I use the Fast Set.
You messed up my sweater.
I know.
You owe me a sweater.
So just keeping mixing my epoxy. Did we get the torch?
You didn't ask for a torch.
You know what we need. I thought about it. So how I mix it together. I mix it half times through. I change the containers to make sure that I have it completely mixed through. I think we all know how to mix epoxy. Then it's done. I will need the most of, I normally put 3 colors. Last time I did 3 cups, I almost did as much as a little bit white. A little bit caramel.
Is that enough, you think?
FX Fema has a decent amount, decent time of work time. So to give my coffee colors, we have new products in the store.
You might want to move the turner because they can't see.
Okay, I was just showing some at first. I didn't, oh, they cannot see how I mix. That's what you mean? Do they? No, I have to put it like that, so they can see. You guys can see good?
It's better. You might want to face it down a little bit.
More face it down. I think it's good now. So that's a new product which we will add to the store probably Monday morning. It's because, you know, after that I'm taking off for the weekend. Sundays is where we closed and where we don't do. So one of it's powdered epoxy dye / pigment. It's not really pigment. It does not change your curing times. It works perfectly. It dissolves in epoxy very easily. It's not a mica. It does not have a shimmer. It gives me really the coffee as a color of coffee. So I make one of them like coffee colored, and I really want to have it. And these ones will make your epoxy opaque. While if you use alcohol inks are translucent, these powders make your epoxy opaque. I think I need a little bit more in it.
Opaque or translucent?
No, that's opaque. We want to have opaque for the coffee swirl. I use a little bit more to get it really dark. And it does not, if you put alcohol inks or paints in it. I did try the coffee swirl with paints. I did not like it because if you put acrylic paints in epoxy, it's messing with your curing time. I just did not like it. I don't like it for beach cups. I don't like it for coffee swirl cups. I don't think it's a good idea to mix paint in epoxy, period. It's just not the right product. So I have here like a coffee color, you see that? Or chocolate, coffee, whatever. It looks really yummy. Then in one of them, I have here another one that is liquid. This is not paint, that's not white acrylic paint, that is actually liquid epoxy dye. And the color of the brown will be coffee. So I just put a squeeze in it. I need a little bit more. And that does not change my curing time neither. And I really want to have it deep opaque. I think I have a lot of white right now. I have way too much white. I have a little bit too much white. Let me put a little bit more in it. A third squeeze. I do have almost too much white in it. I put it in the next color because that's too much white. I don't need as much white. I need more the other colors. Okay, now we got it. So I just mix white on the next one to get kind of the caramel.
That's Tiger Eye.
So I have one of these powders. That one is called Tiger Eye. And yes, I go with orange. So I take a little bit orange. And I take the tiniest bit, and I have to be very careful with the brown because the brown can take very easy, and a little bit white to kind of get
Caramel color.
Caramel color.
I think you need a little more white.
I think I need more white, yeah. And it's not really the caramel color, it's more like the, you know, how coffee with cream and caramel mixes together. So it's not really, it was a little bit too much orange. Let me get a little bit more brown in it. I just don't want to have it too dark. Do we like that color? More white.
I think it needs a little more orange now.
No, I don't think it needs more orange. I think I'm good. It should be kind of the mix, and you can really, your third color, what you want.
You're not gonna add any yellow?
No, yellow I use more for... Do we have an extra cup? Yes, I do. If I want to, I can actually even mix a third color, because, you know, it's like a coffee swirl.
Is it 4?
Yeah, it's past 4.
But fourth color is really not necessary. So I have that color. And here I just changed that it's different browns, you know, that how your coffee swirls. But that's not necessary.
Citrine.
Huh?
Citrine.
That is citrine, yeah. I add a little bit yellow to just give it a different hint. A little bit white. Just that I have another one, but it's not, how is that, I think on that one I did 4 colors, but I did some with just 3 colors. So I think that's nice, just that I have different brown tones. Actually we are in low battery, you have to please plug thing in, so I have a couple colors.
I'm gonna take off my glove.
And I will list all the products with the names later on it. And if you guys want, I can make bundles as well. I mean, that is up to you guys. If I make different bundles, that you guys save a little bit if you want to have different products. So just let me clean that up, get my... I think I want to have a little bit. I do have a lot.
Sorry,
of
guys.
Darn.
I don't think my charger is very long. I don't think my charger is long enough.
that's not cool if something is stuck in.
Look at how close it is.
Okay, we have a slight problem with the cable to the, which one is hopefully not getting stuck on the phone. So it's very, very easy. I take my clear first, and you don't need much. Yes, the cable for the phone is right now.
Isn't long enough.
You're pulling.
I know that. I have to move the camera.
We have to move. We have to put the.
Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry. We have to put it on the charger, and the charger cable is not big enough, long enough.
So I have to change. I have to change the position a little bit. There, that should be better, right?
Can you kind of twist it more like that?
Hold on.
Down.
There we go. Got that fixed.
So all what I do is put a very thin layer of epoxy. Just that it flows a little bit better, but I don't want to have it too flowy. Just that I have everywhere a little bit and don't miss anything. And how I said, that was a stripped, half sanded cup, so it's not perfect, but for the coffee swirls, it's okay. So my next step is I normally start from the bottom up. So all what I do is I just go drizzle.
This makes a mess underneath, by the way.
It makes a mess underneath. Actually, we should have put a wow turner. Can you give me a piece of paper?
There, the paper's behind you.
Should I please put it with epoxy? What should I touch? So how higher I come up with darker color high, how less I use. And on the bottom I use more. And I save some for later on. Then I use my second color. And you see why I like Fimo wood, how runny it kind of is. I do a little bit of my third color. And I save from each color a little bit. Now I do my whipping cream, so I start from the top this time. And how further I go down, how less I don't go really all the way down where it makes really thin ones. But I want to bring a little bit more brown up to the tops. That's why I saved some. I would say from colors, I do need the dark browns the most, mixed with the colors. Female wood gives me enough work times that I can do actually 2 or 3 of the cups at the same time. I don't want to overdo it with the white, but I have a little bit. So I do not hit it with heat yet. Because I don't want to have it too runny. The only thing is what I take it down. And very carefully, I just hold it down, let it just a little bit down. Wait a second. Then I'm getting the swirl effect. And up.
They can't see.
Up. And it's going a little bit slower, but you don't want to have it too much mixing into each other. So that just gives you a slight swirl. You just have to be careful so you don't overdo it. Just to break it up, so the lines that it really looks like a swirl. You see it here, how it starts to look like a swirl. But you don't want to have a big mess on it, so I put that back in. Now it's a very end, very lightly, not much. If you see bubbles, heat it with the torch, but not too much. You don't want to have it too runny, and then you just let it dry. And then on. Okay, today's Saturday. I do like to have my whipping cream tops dry for at least 3 days. I would say I come back on Tuesday and do part 2 of the tutorial, because I want that my whipping cream top is really dried out. And I would say 3 days. So I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye. finish.
Did you hit it?
No, it's
No,
not.
Click finish.
Can
right
can
there.
you click on it? I don't want to lean over, so